What is probability? The probability of a chance event is a number between 0 and 1 that expresses the likelihood of the event occurring. The greater the number, the more likely it is to happen. It's kind of like if we put it on a number line between 0 and 1. Something with a probability of 1 or 100% is something that is certain to happen. An example would be with flipping a coin. If I flip a coin, what is the probability that I will get either heads or tails? Well, since one of the two has to happen, my probability would be 1, or 100%. Definitely going to happen. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have something that's impossible to have happen. If I'm rolling a standard dice, a six-sided number cube, what would be the probability that I roll a 7? Well, that can't happen, so my probability would be 0, or 0%. It's an impossible thing to have happen. Everything else falls in a range between impossible and certain. Something in the middle is as likely to happen as to not happen. So, for example, that coin flipping, the probability of getting tails is 1/2. I'm just as likely to get it as I am to not get it. Probability can be expressed as a fraction, 1/2, a decimal, in this case 5/10, or a percent, 50%. Okay? Everything that occurs between 0 and 1/2 is in some range of unlikely. The closer to 0, the more unlikely. The chances of me guessing your locker combination would be pretty unlikely. Where maybe picking your favorite pair of shoes out of 3 or 4 pairs, I might have a better chance of guessing that. On the likely spectrum, the closer we get to 1, the more likely it is to happen. The closer to 1/2, well then, not quite as much. So, probability can be expressed as a fraction, decimal, or percent, and it tells us how likely it is for something to happen.